Aries, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. First off, I would like to point out my hair. I assure you it's freshly washed. I put coconut oil in it and I kind of put too much. So my hair smells nice, it's soft, but it also kind of looks a bit greasy, a bit too close to the roots. I was just trying to try something new, soften down their little baby hairs, but hey, it is what it is. So I thought I'd mention that because I'm feeling a little bit paranoid about it. The further on I do, I had never mentioned it in my other videos I've done so far, but I'm just noticing it kind of looks gross. But it's clean, I assure you, it's coconut oil. Anyway guys, welcome to my channel. It's March, our March reading. I am going back to creature comforts. I'm feeling kind of in a need for my comforts at the moment, so I'm going with my Archangel Michael deck. My Archangel Michael deck is the deck I used when I very first started doing readings. It's done me proud. I'm very in sync with it. This is magic. Say hello. So yeah, let's begin. Let's do this reading. Right, I'm gonna put you down, Madge. There you go. Okay, let's start. Let's get going. What's in store for Aries for March? Let's see. Interesting. Let's start. This one. Interesting straight up. The cards are kind of coming out uniformly, like one after another, right next to each other. Quite interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull another one out for you. You've got an additional card. The other readings didn't have that. That one. Okay, let's go. Let's begin. I've had a stressful time, Aries, I tell you. I keep wanting to prepare these much earlier, but as you know, I am juggling a toddler and I have children back at school now. Things are kind of just adjusting and adapting. So I am feeling the stress. Definitely the Leo moon. We've had the Leo full moon just recently, especially while I'm recording, and basically this really pushes things to the surface and brings kind of that next chapter. It just really, I want to say pushes because it's passionate. It pushes you towards things, brings things up, and kind of gets transformations just rolling. So if you have been ignoring Mercury in retrograde, you've been ignoring quite a few retrogrades we've been having, which is bringing things to the surface. Get off my... So my other cat Tarot was climbing over the laptop. I know my look, she would turn it off and I'd keep recording. Anyway, so if you've ignored all of this Leo moon is quite a transformative time. Like, I feel like in 2022, the energy is like, we're going to get balanced and we're going to make you have it, but we're going to have to put you through the works to get you to where you need to be, because you're all just kind of stuck in your ruts. These restrictions had poised you, and I feel like that's the energy we have here. So this comes with our first card, that your inner guidance, is real and trustworthy. So really, I said inner child, so I feel like this could be a good time for some of you to be exploring your inner child. Keep that in mind, because sometimes hiccups mean things. It is reversed. So with the Archangel Michael cards in reverse, pay attention. Trust in your own self. Trust in what you feel. And I'll show you the imagery because I had this with Capricorn as well. She is looking at her note. She's not looking at her notebook. She has her notebook in front of her. She is kind of trusting and listening to the guidance. There's an angel in her ear. This is the universe. It's guiding you. So you can trust in that and trust in what you truly feel. This notebook is kind of like, you've got your thoughts down, you have this communication method, and I feel like it's now time for you to just listen to yourself, listen to what it is that you feel is right, and trust in that. There's a favorable outcome to this situation. So I feel like Aries, for the most of you, you're going through something pretty specific right now, where you're probably seeking guidance. It could be multiple things, but I just feel like this is sort of saying, what you're going through, there's a favorable outcome here. So trust in that as well. Trust in the divine guidance. This trusting in your inner guidance is you trusting in inner guidance. And I get this sense of going with the flow, and like, again, with that, I think when I start readings and the words I say, I feel are very relevant to the communication, because I never say that. Sometimes I say the exact same things because it's, all around, everyone needs to know this, but it usually is very specific to the reader that I'm reading to. So Aries, this is to you specific. All this lead up, this intro, even if I'm babbling on about my own thing, it's relevant to you to hear this. So this scale and balancing this year. So in the favorable outcome, there is a scale. It is like, it's representing Libra, you have the scales of balance, and it's something, the light is kind of balancing it out. Like, this angel is hovering over one of them, and it's putting positivity in an area where it's needed. It's kind of putting shining light on an area that's needed, even not necessarily positivity. It's shining light on this area, and it does. I feel like why I said positivity onto this area, because I feel like it is a positive actual influence, a positive situation, even if there's negative aspects. I feel like shining light on this, bringing it to the surface, is what's going to help create that balance for you and the favorable outcome. Now, the favorable outcome means you're on the right path. It means it's a good thing for you, and again, things are going to go well for you. So this is a great start. Trusting in yourself, things are going to go good. There's just no better way to start a reading, right? Your loved ones are safe. So I feel like you have nerves and anxiety, just in general, but around the situation as well. It does feel like you're quite nervous, and there's reassurance that you need, because the next two cards are you and your loved ones are safe, and that your children are watched over by angels. Now, both of these cards, and they're reversed as well, so pay attention. This is like, hey, everything's good, safe and protected, you're being guided during this time. And both of them as well, it's like kind of like you're being guided and you have a loved one with you. If you have had someone visit you in a dream, or you've had a dream of a loved one and that has deceased, they're with you right now and they're guiding you through this. I really feel that influence with that, and that is what that card means as well. It often is just kind of acknowledging a presence of a loved one with you. And they could pop into your mind now, or they could have been popping into your mind before this, and like, this is the confirmation of that. And sometimes they're just popping into your mind is them, like when you have a reading with anybody, this triggers your mind, and how this actually implements the guidance into you, because this is Aries, and it's relevant to Aries. This isn't specifically one-on-one reading, so what triggers into your mind and comes through is that's your guidance and what you need to take from the reading that I'm giving. So the people that pop into your mind, this is confirmation saying, yeah, hey, I'm here, I'm by your side, I've got you. And that's the same with your children are watched over by angels. I want to say, if you do have an angel person, an angel child, even an angel baby, that they're with you by your side during this situation as well, toward your favorable outcome. And it's definitely a right path feel with these as well. The next card along is that this is your life purpose. So like, I feel like you have this, like the universe is taking you somewhere, and it's like, this is, you're on the right path, there's favorable outcomes, it's taking you to a place where you need to go, where you're desired to go. It could be part of your life plan, leading you towards what you had in store for yourself before you lived this life, before you became to experience this life. So I'm going to focus upon that you and your loved ones are safe. I feel like I need to. Okay, so there's energy, there's passion here. There's passion. There is kind of a light with like a tunnel with a light. There's light shining through the clouds of dreams. It's kind of bringing light to dreams. It's showing that there's a way ahead, showing that there's passion, and drive, there's action. It feels really positive. There's a snake here too that's catching my eye. Now, a snake is it's kind of wisdom. Like, this is you and your loved ones are safe, but within this card for you, Aries, I'm getting so much more from it for you. I'm getting like your situation, like even if it feels like it's not safe, it feels insecure, it's saying to you that it is. Like, this is, and I'll show you the imagery that I'm seeing so you can actually see what I'm saying. I don't know if it fully focuses. I am looking at my laptop as well. So you have this tunnel of light. We have all the fire of passions that I'm seeing it as a passionate thing. The sword, which is action and challenges, but it's directed, like it's behind her head. She's holding it back with pride. Like, it's kind of like, I'm taking action, but it's not the challenge in front of me. I'm not taking up a challenge. The challenge is behind, and this to me is insinuating that what is ahead of you is not really as challenging as it may seem. You have the snake down here. to me, again, like I said, the snake does represent wisdom, and I can't really fully remember the symbolism. All that's coming to me is wisdom. So again, look at the symbology of a snake if you're interested, because it's quite fascinating. I kind of like it, but I am a snake in the Chinese zodiac, and but yeah, it is wise. It is knowing. It is guiding. It's kind of actually bringing things to the surface, revealing things as well. Is kind of the snake energy. Again, the clouds to me dreamy, but you're shining light through that. I feel like things are coming to light and kind of shining light upon your dreams and your goals. So that's actually a really, really good card. I'm actually loving this, Aries. So far your reading is like, I feel like I've had a couple of really heavy ones. I like this. This is nice. Okay. Your children are watched over by angels. Totally feel I've said it already. This card can be a very much like you are very intuitively tuned during this time. So this can obviously, it's a reassurance that you and your family are safe and all that kind of vibe as well. But this card also can represent that you are, like a universal child of, like, you have divine gifts, you have wisdom within you, and you are guided by the angels. This card is saying to trust in yourself. Again, your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. And these are in alignment with each other, with how I've placed them down in order. Like that, trust your inner guidance because you are divinely guided. And I feel like you need to kind of acknowledge the gifts that you have right there as being existing. Instead of being like, yeah, I've always kind of know things sometimes, but it doesn't mean I'm psychic. Own that. Sometimes you know stuff. You're psychic. It's that kind of feel. It's acknowledging, you are a gifted person. It's your life purpose. This is your life purpose. And this is very nurturing. It's holding... I love this card actually when it comes up. It often means different things. She's holding a ball of light. It's like an earth. It is earth. She's holding earth in her arms, nurturing, loving. I feel like this, what's going on in your life, it's kind of like leading towards something what you've always desired and loved. It's your everything. It's a heart. It's something like loving. And I feel like this is your life purpose. It's leading you towards achieving things that you've always wanted. I feel like it's because it's being held close. It might even be something that you've either not even dared to dream, not even dared to really put yourself out there towards it and go to grasp. Like, this is something that's really coming to light that you're like, this is what I want and this is what I have wanted. It feels like something really close to your heart. And it's kind of saying, like, this is your life purpose. This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to feel this. You're meant to go through this. You're meant to have this. And because there's light coming from it. And that, to me, how I am reading this and how it's flowing through me is that this is coming to light now. This is coming to the surface. And this is the time where, I want to say seeds are planting, but it feels like they're actually growing. You're not at the seed planting stage now. You're at that growing. It's coming out and light is shining out of it. So this is reversed. So again, Archangel Michael cards that are reversed, they mean pay attention to this. So pay attention to this next card. Take your time making this decision. Do not rush into anything. This is now a time for you to, sit back and absorb things, I feel like. It means that don't take action, don't rush, take your time. There's no need to rush. There's no need to jump into things. That's kind of the feel with this. And I feel like actually the guidance here is that it is in your best interest not to just jump and make decisions, and to take your time with it. I'm going to read the next card because I feel like, again, this is reversed and this, I feel, is connected to it. Feel like I need to move on to the next card. Have confidence. So again, this is another card which is you're on the right path. Go forward fearlessly, those kind of feels. You don't have that one in here, which sometimes they come hand in hand with each other. But have confidence means that you can, you can feel comfortable in just, flowing with the universe. It's allowing that flow and to go forward without worries. I feel like dropping your worries is a really good thing, which does come with the go forward fiercely card, which is popping into my mind. So again, trusting that guidance there as well. What I am drawn to is that she is holding, or it's Michael, is holding his shield and his sword, and it's kind of like guarding, like, and like a knight moves forward confident. He can fight any battles that come towards him. He's confident that he's strong enough, that he's the best knight that ever existed. You know, he has that power behind him. He's not just going to jump into fights, but if something comes at him, he can face anything. Now with this have confidence card, I actually, as I'm saying that as well, the truth is flowing through me, and it really feels like it's because no matter what is going to come to you now, it's that you will be okay to face it. This is a time where you can have confidence because you're feeling that. I just feel like no matter what is thrown at you right now, like you have the tools and you have this ability to just overcome it, or to actually take whatever comes at you, which is a really good feel. Like it means that you are in a whole place, like you are getting to an understanding where you know that no matter what comes at you, it's like the world, the universe will only throw at you what you are capable of overcoming. I feel like that's the confidence, that's the card here of what it's trying to tell me, is that you have this air of confidence. Even if you're not acknowledgeable of it, what I'm saying is like you are in a place now that whatever life throws at you, you are able to overcome it. Whether you know it or not, you are able to. Keep your eyes on the intended target. Reversed again, pay attention. So I feel like you have a goal and you have a dream, and what you're being asked here is kind of have tunnel vision towards keeping that goal in sight and realizing that that's what's driving you. I really get this sense of actually, it's not about having your eye on the goal and that's the only way you're gonna, like sometimes when it's like keep your eye on the prize, it means like, you have this job that you want and you're gonna get it, and keep that on your sight. I don't feel like that's the kind of guidance with this card. It's more as in like what you want, so keep that goal in mind and like keep your eyes on that target. So for example, if it is a relationship that you're wanting with somebody, I feel like keep your eye on that price, like the understanding that you want to have a relationship. So whatever comes in your way, you to overcome these obstacles, keep that in mind. It's kind of keeping your goal in mind is that kind of feel with this. It's keeping your target inside, and it is keep your eyes on the targeted intention. And this is what I mean. The intention is standing out more to me so for you. Like as I read this card for other people, I do often read this card quite differently. Like I said in the first sort of example, it's that kind of way. But for you, I feel really like it's keeping that intention, keeping your eye on the intention and what you're intending to create. And allowing yourself to, go through confidently with whatever comes your way towards that intention. Next card is believe and trust. So this is reversed as well. So trust in your intuition and believe in the flow of the universe. This is very much a divine card. This is believing and trusting your abundance. And it is actually very similar to the favorable outcome. Sorry, card is pulling up. So believe and trust that things will go the way that you want them to go. Believe and trust in yourself. Trust in your inner guidance and your intuition. This is very much trusting in your intuition, this card, Aries. 100%. This card is saying to trust in that. Trust in your faith and have faith as well. Your last two cards. So usually the last card I pull, it rounds up the reading. I pulled and I felt like there was another card for you. So I'm going to read these cards together. We have write about your thoughts and feelings and be gentle for yourself. So this could be a challenging time for you, because I feel like it's a challenging time for all of us at the moment with these transitions we're all going through. So write about your thoughts and feelings. It's kind of like getting them out in front of you, out in your head, really kind of communicating with yourself. Again, with that the notebook in front of you is your thoughts and feelings that you've written down. And it can be a very kind of healing thing to do for yourself, because it kind of makes you see, because sometimes we're thinking so many different things, it makes you see actually where your heart is, where your mind is, and what you want, what you actually desire and what you don't. It gets it all out. Even if it makes no sense, you can see where the dominant energy is by doing that. And that's why I often will suggest people do that anyway, because it helps you get some clarity upon what you actually are feeling. And you need to trust in that. Because they are you, they're your words, they're nobody else's. But be gentle with yourself. So understand your vulnerability and understand that you're going to have emotions and you're going to feel things. But I do want you to keep in mind that you are confident and you can, as in, that you can overcome anything that comes at you. I am drawn to the leaning back, because I'll show you the imagery on this. She's leaning back on a lamb. And it's kind of, to me, I'm seeing that relief of being like, oh, and I feel like this is time for you to nurture yourself and to take that kind of let go of the stress and worries, because it feels like that's what she's doing. She's on this comfy little lamb and she's just going, and just letting it all out and just allowing, kind of like, actually I had that earlier with you. I'm sure I said this with you about letting go of worries. I think it's the feeling I got with before I started it or something. It's kind of on it with these cards. I think with the family is safe or whatever. I had this sense of just, letting go of your worries and stresses and letting them just drop away. And that is what this feels like. It's kind of like, just allow yourself to be kind. Just let go of the worries. Stop worrying about things that haven't happened or might happen. Just focus on the now. Again, go within, listen and trust yourself. And I really feel like this month is just, it's a month where you need to decide what it is you want and then work towards making that come into fruition, or rebuilding or helping to build continuously. That's kind of the vibes that I'm getting. So these are just words I'm just spitting out. So take it as you will. It's just kind of what's coming to me into my mind as I'm saying it. But this is a really good reading for you, Aries. I'm actually really loving this. I feel like it is setting foundations and building something up for yourself that is authentic with your life path, your life purpose, and a favourable outcome for yourself. So it's a really good positive one. This is the best reading I've done so far for positivity. So I'm liking that shift of energy for myself to be able to do a nice reading. So thank you very much, Aries, for being here. Please comment below if you have any questions or, just want to input into the reading. I really do appreciate that, and I love reading what you guys have to say. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in April. Thank you very much, Aries. I'll see you next month.